New shooter contender profile for the Belmont Stakes, Joevia. This is a horse trained by Gregory Sacco, 3-year-old colt by Shanghai Bobby out of a Warfront mare named Peace Process. To be honest, when I look at the pedigree, I don't think it screams 12 furlongs, but he's coming into this in good form. A winner of the Long Branch most recently down at Monmouth Park. That came at a mile and a 16th over a sloppy sealed track, only against three competitors in there, but he hasn't done anything wrong throughout his career, Joevia. The interesting thing, he's probably most well known for his antics two starts back in the Wood Memorial, where he broke like a shot, but he ended up coming over, wiping out a number of horses, ultimately disqualified and placed 11th, rightfully so, after finishing 7th in that spot. He has the running style that would probably be beneficial for the Belmont Stakes. He can be forward, he can take the lead if it's given to him, or he can sit just off as he did in his career debut. Keep in mind, both of his wins to date have come at Monmouth Park and over sloppy sealed tracks. So that's something to keep in the back of your mind if we do end up getting some wet weather for the Belmont Stakes. It's too far out to really make a definitive statement one way or the other. We're going to go back to the Long Branch. Now keep in mind, can't show as much of the replay as I'd like. There was an incident rounding the far turn. I'm not going to show that. We'll pick it up here as they're in deep stretch, and Joevia continues on with it. He goes on rounding the far turn. His ears were pricked. He was loving life. His ears are still up right now. It seems like he's still well within himself. And I do wonder if a horse would have come to challenge him a little bit more, maybe he would have finished even better than he did here. It's not that this was a terrible finish. It's not like he was just plodding home. But I do wonder if it was just a bit of, he's just better than those horses, and he was running against overmatched company. Having said that, you go to this Private Terms 3 starts back. He was humbled by Always Mining. Always Mining, a nice horse, don't get me wrong, but he was humbled himself in the Preakness just two and a half weeks back whenever you're watching this. I don't love this horse. I suppose, again, if you aren't sold on the big favorites in here, the Tacitus is the War of Wills, and you don't love any of the other fresh faces at a big price, maybe a horse like Joevia, who, again, has a running style that is conducive to success in the Belmont Stakes, maybe he's going to be your kind of horse. I look at the pedigree. I don't think it's there. From a number standpoint, I think he's a little bit on the light side, but look, it's the Belmont. Crazier things have happened. At least you know he's going to be relatively close throughout the early part of the running. The real question will start rounding that far turn when there's still more than a half mile to run. We'll find out. Joevia is going to be a big price in the Belmont, but hey, crazier things have happened.